I wanted to share another post that I saw recently in social media that really got my attention. And it was one of those times where sometimes you see people and they post quotes or they post memes or they post things that are like funny, sometimes things that are intriguing. And then every once in a while you get a post that really hits home with greater points that you've either been thinking or that you've been making, or that maybe you've been thinking that you want to make. And this was one that kind of fit and hit on all of those notes. As I was looking at it, I saw it, and then I started to scroll past it, and then I scrolled back up. This was on Facebook, and I scrolled back up and I looked at the post and I read it again, and then I clicked on it and downloaded it because I wanted to keep it. And I thought, man, this is something that's going to be really, really potentially beneficial to people who might hear it or people who might see it. And I might actually go back and check on it to see how many people have actually reacted to it and how many people have shared it. A lot of times posts of this nature, which I'll read here in a little bit, begin on places more so like LinkedIn than necessarily on Facebook. But in this case, I saw it on Facebook, even though this is, again, is more of a professional oriented list of things that probably strike really more to your work environment necessarily than your personal life. So here it is. It's called The 5 Commitments of Great Teams. Number 1, commit to giving 100%. And this is really important and a great starting point because a lot of times it's a chicken and the egg about you give 100% when you feel like 100% is being given to you, but who starts first? So everybody starts giving 100% in the beginning, and then hopefully that sets a positive tone and takes you into greater productivity, greater teamwork, greater development for the overall group as well as for the individuals within that group or organization or team. Number 2, commit to getting better. Again, professional development, wanting to grow, wanting to get better, investing in your development and growth so you don't become stagnant and you don't think that, well, this is what I am, this is what I'm going to be, and I'm content with that. Don't be content with being what you are. Be content with being what it is that's the best that you can be, whatever your potential is. If you get 10 people side by side, all the way standing across from each other, shoulder to shoulder, not everybody has the same potential, but everybody has their own potential and they have to work toward reaching that potential as individuals, or if you're a group, collectively as a group. Number 3, commit to staying positive. Now, this is a challenge for a lot of people when you're in toxic work environment, and I had a series that I did of videos on toxic workplaces and some of the signs that you're in one of those toxic workplaces. And so remaining positive can sometimes be a challenge when people above you or people next to you or even people below you are not really helping you to be as positive as possible. It does start with you as an individual, but again, sometimes that's easier said than done. But if you can really work toward doing that, then you're going to set a much better tone for yourself to be successful, for the team overall to be successful. And again, a big part of that starts with a positive attitude. Number 4, commit to the team's mission. Now, part of this, again, is you're going to have to define what the mission is of the team. Sometimes it's obvious what the mission is. Maybe other times it's not quite so obvious. This is where it starts with organization right off the bat to determine what that mission is going to be so that everybody can get on the same page working toward that shared mission. What do we want to accomplish? And then you might have individual goals. What do I want to accomplish as an individual that funnels into what the team's mission is? So what is my individual mission? And hopefully it should fit in with what the team's overall mission is going to be. And then lastly, commit to each other. And this is a commitment to helping each other to be successful, to pulling the other person up that's next to you, helping them when they're struggling, and giving them a pat on the back to push them ahead when they're doing great. Recognizing them authentically is going to be really important. Recognizing them with rewards when you can is really important. For some people, it's important to have a pat on the back. For others, it's important that maybe it's a financial compensation. For some people, it might be certain awards that you might get that might make a difference for some people. So whatever that thing is that really motivates a person. It could be all of the above. That's where you work to find out what your people are like, what your teammates are like. Learn your teammates well. Learn what they need. Learn what they want. Learn what they like. Learn what they dislike. Learn them as well as you can. And that's going to help you and the team overall to become better. So this is powerofapositiveteam.com is where this meme comes from that I found on Facebook, as I mentioned earlier. And so hopefully you pick up something from that, something that might be beneficial to you, something that might help you on your journey as you start to define the commitments of great teams, because in some ways it might seem obvious, but in many ways, probably more ways, it's not nearly as obvious as you might think it is. And so that's where you have to really take a step back, think about it, refocus, recalibrate, and then move ahead, but with a game plan of what it takes to commit to being a great team.